Happy Thursday, James Love. Time for another Guidance with Mr. Gray video. Hope all of you are doing well today or whenever you watch this video. Wanted to review our lessons real quick. So for kindergarten and first grade, we have the assignment for y'all for this week was to draw your community and the people who work in the jobs to help you think about the different jobs and careers that are in this community, different things that you can do when you grow up, and taking some time to draw them and think about them. So even just here at the school, think about it. We have teachers, we have principals, we have school counselors, we have cafeteria workers, we have all different kinds of people who work here at the school. We have people who work in the community. We have firemen and police officers. And then at hospitals, we have nurses and doctors. We have people at stores like cashiers. And then we have managers who help oversee employees and help run things and have a little more responsibility. And we have people who can come to your house and either help fix something. You have like a plumber who can fix your toilet if it's messed up, or your pipes if they're messed up. You have electricians. You have all different kinds of jobs and careers. And if you're interested in one, maybe you could ask your parents about it. And just taking some time to think about different jobs and careers. Now for second to fourth grade, I had a little check sheet. So this check sheet goes over lets you check off what you're interested in. So let's say I really like working with my hands and building things. So then you would check those. And if you check that, that's the orange box. And then so you would go look at orange jobs are called technical sciences. So if you really like working with your hands and building things, then you might enjoy being a construction worker or an engineer, a scientist, a welder, a carpenter. Whenever you get to Shelby High, I think you can even take some welding classes to learn how to do that. And yes, so that was our two lessons for this week. Was thinking about careers and different things that you might want to do whenever you get older. Doing a great job in school now helps prepare you for those, no matter what career you want. Okay? And hope you find that enjoyable. And today I have a book for you. It's called Thanks for the Feedback. So whenever you get that job and career, and while you're still here in school, you have to learn how to take feedback from other people, whether it's positive or negative or constructive. And learning how to address that. So that's what we're going to learn here in this book today. Thanks for the feedback. So Thanks for the Feedback, written by Julia Cook, illustrated by Kelsey DeWeerd. My story about accepting criticism and compliments the right way. My name is RJ, and sometimes when people say things to me, I have a hard time knowing what to say back. Geez, RJ, who? Nice job. Great pass. What are you doing? One day after school, Frankie and I were having a bubble gum blowing contest. I blew a bubble that was about 29 times bigger than Frankie's. He looked at me and said, "You could go to the Olympics in bubble blowing and you'd win gold." When Frankie's words went into my head, I started to think about what he had said. I had no idea what to say back to him. Then all my words just started to swim. "No, I'm really not that good. You're a lot better than I am," I said. A few days ago, Norma, the booger picker, said, "Hey RJ, I like your new bubblegum t-shirt." Norma actually said something nice to me, but she never does that. When Norma's words went into my head, I started to think about what she said. I had no idea what to say back to her. Then all of my words turned into a blur. "You just like it because it's green," I said. "The same color as your boogers." Norma blew on her bangs, rolled her eyes at me, and walked away. Then she didn't talk to me for the rest of the day, which isn't such a bad thing. Then yesterday, when we were playing soccer at recess, Sam said, "Hey RJ, you need to kick the ball with more of the side of your foot when you shoot instead of using your toes." When Sam's words went into my head, I started to think about what he said. I had no idea what to say back to him. Then all of my words just started to swim. "What do you know about shooting?" I said. "You're a goalie, not a forward." Sam gave me a weird look. Then he shook his head, wrinkled his eyebrows, and walked away. He wouldn't even sit by me at lunch. And that's a bad thing because I ended up sitting by Norma, queen of the silent treatment. Welcome to Parent Night. Last night I had to go to parent-teacher conferences. I have no idea why I had to go. I'm not a parent or teacher. "RJ," said my teacher, as we all took a seat, "having you as my student is such a great treat." "Who? Me?" "You're doing such a great job when it comes to spelling, and I'm very impressed with your storytelling." "You are?" "You're also keeping your desk a whole lot neater. And at our school play, you were an excellent greeter." "I was." "RJ, when it comes to your math, I can't say enough. You're one of my best. You know all the right stuff." "I do." "We do need to talk about a few things. Sometimes your voice isn't as soft as it seems. I know it's hard for you to stay in your seat, but work time's the wrong way to try out your feet. I feel that you still waste too much time. Let's work on your focus so that you can shine." When my teacher's words went into my head, I started to think about what she said. I had no idea what to say back to her. Then all of my words just turned into a blur. "But I'm not the only one who talks out in class. I stay in my seat more than I used to, and I do focus. You just don't notice." Just then, my mom reached over and tapped me on the knee under the table. That's her signal for, "RJ, stop talking." So I did. When we got home that night, my parents made me sit at the kitchen table with them so we could talk about my conference. "RJ," my mom said, "your teacher gave you some really nice compliments tonight. Why didn't you just tell her thank you?" When my teacher's words went to my head, I started to think about what she had said. I had no idea what to say back to her. Then all of my words just turned into a blur. "RJ, when somebody gives you a compliment, the best thing for you to do is to look at the person, use a nice, pleasant voice, and simply say, 'Thank you.' Knowing the power of a compliment and learning how to accept praise can make you better and more successful in life." "Then, RJ," my dad said, "your teacher gave you some great constructive feedback on how you can do better. And you sorta, started to argue with her. But Dad, when my teacher's words went into my head, I started to think about what she had said. I had no idea what to say back to her. Then all of my words just turned into a blur." "RJ, feedback is a good thing. It's information that can help you improve and grow. Most of the time when a person gives you feedback, it doesn't make you feel good. But that's the price you have to pay for growing. The way you handle feedback will make a difference in how other people treat you. Some people will give you mean feedback, and most of the time that's difficult to accept. You probably don't deserve mean feedback, but some people need to put others down so they can feel better about themselves. But just keep in mind, RJ, most feedback is just information." When somebody gives you feedback, they're helping to improve who you are. Listen to the person and say, "Okay." Their words just might take you far. Make sure that when you listen, you look to the one who is talking to you. Stay calm on the inside no matter what is said, then carefully think it through. Are there times in your class when you talk too loud or too much? Yeah, I guess. Do you have a hard time staying in your seat during work time? Yeah, I guess. Do you need to focus more in class so you don't waste your time? Yeah, I guess. Well, RJ, I think your teacher was giving you great feedback. About 39 years later, I got up from the kitchen table and went to bed. Before I went to sleep, I thought about everything my mom and dad had told me. What they said really did make sense. The next day at school, I just used the sides of my feet to kick the soccer ball just like Sam told me to, and I made 3 goals during recess. When the bell rang, Sam came up to me and said, "You're awesome, RJ." I looked at him, smiled big, and said, "Thanks," just like my mom told me to. During work time, when my teacher gave me the special signal for sit down, stop talking, and start working, I picked up on it right away, really tried to focus, and I got all of my work done without wasting time. At the end of the day, Bossy Bernice came over to my desk. "You stink at math because you don't show all of the steps," she said. "I bet you even copy off of other people so you can get the right answers." When Bernice's words went to my head, I started to think about what she said. She called me a cheater, and that's kind of mean. But her information is not what it seems. Maybe Bernice is just having a bad day, and unfortunately, I happened to get it in her way. Maybe I should write down all of the steps, then my teacher will know that I'm doing my best. Bernice gave me feedback, and now I know. Feedback is information that's helping me grow. "I don't cheat, Bernice," I said. "But you're probably right. I should write down all of my steps. Thanks for the tip." P.S. Maybe I should have my dad talk to Bernice. The end. Thanks for the feedback. So I hope you enjoyed that book where RJ was learning about how to accept feedback. If somebody was giving him a compliment, he could just say thank you. For them saying something nice to him, and if they say something constructive, something that maybe RJ needs to work on or something that we need to work on, we can just say okay, or okay, I'll try. And so learning how to take feedback is important for you both here at school and for your future in your career or job. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Feel free to message me on Dojo or email me if you have any questions. Have a great week. Bye.